Mosconi Cup is bigger than the Ryder Cup. Both trophies pit the best of Europe against the best of the USA. Today, though, it's not golf but pool. It's 9-ball that features in this transatlantic challenge. The trophy is named after Willie Mosconi, one of the legends of pool. The Americans won the inaugural event last year, and this year we're in the Festival Hall in Basildon. Each team with 7 players in a series of 31 singles and doubles matches played over 4 days. That's the score at the moment. Neatly poised, the USA just nosing ahead. First to 16 would win. Let's join our MC, Alan Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, match number 2 brings to the table a doubles affair between and introducing from the United States of America the formidable pairing of Bobby Sundance Hunter and the Tennessee Tarzan, Mike Massey. Their brilliant European opponents, the Hurricane and the Whirlwind, and together they make Alex Higgins and Jimmy White. Gentlemen.
It's the Hurricane and the Whirlwind. They've blown into town. They're tangling Tennessee Tarzan and the captain of the American team, Bobby Hunter. 2 more popular players in snooker the world has never known. And they're teamed up together here in American 9-ball pool. And just have a look at the red flag that was on Jimmy White's cue. He's just taking it off now. And Sid?
Well, Alex has just seen me outside as I was grabbing a soft drink and said, Sid, you've got to call us brothers in arms.
America to break.
Well, we'll see how the blood runs for the brothers, because they are taking on 2 giants. The technique of Massey and the immense cool of the Sundance Kid.
Well, the crowd is going to play a big part in this one. This is going to be like a National Basketball Association game. The crowd right on top of the players, and they're going to be like a 3rd player in the camp of Higgins and White.
And I think Alex using a proper pool cue. Tonight, he used a snooker cue on his previous performances. I think that's a Mike Massey special, actually, borrowed for the occasion.
Dead right, Sid. That's exactly what it is. That's a pool cue. And that's going to make it more of an adventure for Alex Higgins than it's been already. Well, he's looking. He can push out here. I hope he's read the book of rules. He's making an attempt at the 1. And the white just slithers past the green. And he's left it on for Bobby Hunter.
Who reminds me of Felix Leiter, all you literary buffs. The man who's James Bond's man in the CIA. A cool man, a smooth man, but a stone killer. Blue 2 here.
The red 3, the ball on now for Hunter. He's got to snick it back to the left-hand corner.
Yeah, well, Alex lining up the black on the bar. As Bobby lines up the red on the table. Nearly enough.
But he doesn't have ideal position on the 4, the purple 4. He's going to be bridging over the orange 5. This is the 4 ball on, but it's going to be awkward bridging.
Look how firm the bridge is too. Thumb rock solid.
Jimmy came to the table there, Sid, and he could see what lay ahead. The white wedged in between the 9 ball and the cushion.
You could have wanted an easier visit to the table.
2 cushions with a lot of side here. He's got to try and contact the purple 4. Just watch the swing on this white.
Watch it! It's a kind of magic!
How about that?
Jimbo!
That'll get the hands
We're
together.
winning like a dervish in a sandstorm! Magic!
Tremendous 5. He's gonna have to clip this into the left-hand center.
The Americans gobsmacked by that. Shot by white.
Sid, he can knock him in on a snooker table. On a pool table, it's gotta look easy.
Hey, probably the greatest pot of snookers ever seen.
Jimmy can scarcely believe, as I, that that ball stayed out. But it did. Now Mike Massey with...
There's dirty pool, there's clean pool, and there's cruel pool.
just to mop up here. And the first rack to white against White and Higgins, and the first rack to the Americans.
Rack to America.
But it really looked like it was in the grasp of Jimmy and Alex.
So the Americans are leading 10-8 overall in the match. And just take us through this one, Jim.
What a shot this was. Very similar to the one Lee Kendall showed us last night. But that's about a 1 in 50 shot White just pulled off there.
Second rack, you're up to break.
And then the simplest of blacks eluding him.
Well, the whirlwind petered out. What's the Hurricane gonna do with his first break? Wallop! Crash! Bang! Alex has been practicing. The 2 is sitting on the 9. So, will the Hurricane have a go at this?
He's looking at the top cushion. I think what he's thinking about doing is coming down, hit the 2 first, and bump the 9 into the corner pocket. Jimmy wants...
I think Jim believes what's going on in between Alex's ears.
He wants to close his eyes here. This is low percentage pool, to say the least.
Well, he's going to need 4-leaf clovers and rabbit's feet all over to make this amazing conceptualized shot.
He's got to hit the 2 first. It was there. Unbelievable. Tremendous shot from the Hurricane.
Yeah, even James Joyce couldn't have thunk of that one, but Alex did. Jim didn't believe it, but Jim's quite happy with the results. And Mike Massey will put that in his lexicon of great bull shots. Let's look at this. Up the rail gently, but on just simultaneous contact, I would say.
Just touched the 2 first. It was a good shot, and you don't have to tell him. And you don't have to tell the Americans either. It's 1-1 in this opening set. The ceiling has been raised off the rafters here.
American to break.
Could that shot take the Americans right out of stride?
Somehow, I think not. As the Sundance Kid cracks open the pack.
Shoot to go, he shoots a go, Jimmy. You have to follow it in order.
And they've got to maintain the order. Bobby Hunter with a 22, just under a 22-mile-an-hour break, and a great one.
On and in! Oh, this is magic.
Just have a look at the 2 and the 9.
It's done again! Yo-ho! Even the commentators off their feet! Me and Jim up and rising! As they do, they almost start a conga! To Alex and Jimmy, this is unbelievable!
That's 2 racks in a row. The number 2 ball has opened the gate for success.
I don't think either of these two have slept last night. They've read the book and they've done the practice. A transformation in their attitude to pool. This has got to be the best show in town, folks. Absolute magic. They've had a tattoo festival here recently in Basildon. Boy, crowns, anchors, and your girlfriend. All in one. Brilliant stuff here. What entertainment.
I wonder
All we
if
want would be Alex getting a 9 in.
Alex
from
will
the
be jumping out of his shoes here. This is what the Hurricane and the Whirlwind live for. They're on center stage. They've got the crowd willing them on. And the value of the Moscone Cup goes without saying.
Well, if Alex had a piece of wood with strings on, he couldn't be trying to work Jimmy harder. Two off the same hit. And already, if Jimmy and Alex can get this rack, they get the set.
2 ball down, red 3. He's got to screw up the table for the purple 4. The orange 5 is going to be next.
That's purple. Purple 4. Purple. Then the orange 5. He's maybe has a slight problem here, Jim.
Well, I think he thought that ball passed.
He did.
But the trained eye of the American captain having a good look. If it doesn't, Sid, he might well take it into the other corner pocket. And that's a lot harder. But that's what he's trying.
This is the hard shot. He's got to apply a bit of side to keep it out of the pocket. Keep the white out. A vital time in this rack. Oh, he missed. Well, the roof could be structurally tested if Jim can step in and take these relatively easy balls. I'd fancy myself, Jim, for some of these.
7, 8, 9 for White and Higgins to go 1 set clear.
and we're at rack point. I'm sorry I'm mixing my metaphors and my sports, but you might do the same in my position. Jimmy, he's got to sink this, and the place will shake! First set to the lads! European gold stars rampant! American stars with problems as the whirlwind and the hurricane swirl up like a Texas twister. Well, there's shaking going on there, and the Americans' confidence was bound to be shaken by what these two wizards have concocted. They came on like the Stones, taking over a major arena, and they rocked it and rolled it to the Americans. Back in the tick, with more of this flamboyant pool fun. The gospel, according to Professor Higgins, has been poured for the last 3 or 4 minutes into Jimmy White's right goal. So Jimmy has changed sides for the start of this vital second rack, and it has been fantastic. Like in the Matthew Soccer Cup final, like when Keith Della beat Bristol at the darts, this has been one of the most amazing 5 minutes of sport you could ever dream of. Higgins and White took that set with 2 amazing shots onto the 9, early doors. Brilliant stuff, Jim.
Happened in the blink of an eye. And it's really down to the Americans to regroup and regather.
The second set, the first
Jimmy and Alex did it so quick.
And there's an amazing contrast here. The Americans have sat like sphinxes, whereas the nervous energy on the other two has been like Bugs Bunny having a chat with a roadrunner.
Aspects of this shot are not easy.
So it's vital to see where he ends up for the blue. This goes along the rail.
That was a tremendous shot. Even his partner Mike Massey, when he saw the cue ball coming down for the blue too, was saying good shot. The red 3 is going to be next.
Needs to find position on the rail. That's nice. That might be overshot. It is overshot. Overshot by a good foot.
Do you think, Sid, that the Americans are slightly rattled?
Oh, well, I think so. I think nobody could call Alex and Jimmy the Righteous Brothers. But if they keep playing like this, the sun ain't going to shine anymore for the Yanks. So this overshot by Bobby's going to go in. Well, I mean, where's his chance? Does he have to go for safety, Jim?
I think he does. As he tries to double it into the bottom corner.
The reverse double's what he's after. And it could be a stickerama. Albion partisan. I'm a faithful follower of the Brussels dictum. I'm a Euro lad. Jim. I didn't know about that. It was a stick up. I think the Americans are very rattled by the sort of pool chemistry that only these two could dish out.
Blue 5 into the bottom left. Sorry, the purple. I've gone colorblind. I'm too excited myself. That was the orange 5, the green 6 now.
Yeah, for those of you without color, Jim's commentating in black and white.
Yeah, for those of you with black and white sets, change the channel. The 7 now, and then the 9.
Right in the middle. And Jim looking mean. And a grin will crease up. The Lollapalooza coming not from the Yanks, but from Jim and Alex.
What a boost this would be for the European players. I'm sure that Mike Massey and Bobby Hunter were such heavy favorites on paper. They probably considered this a point before the match had been played. Now they're really up against it. And Higgins and White are growing in stature with every passing rack. Again, just to remind you, the overall score is 10-8 in favor of the Americans. But here, both Jimmy and Alex have taken the first set, and they now lead 1-0 in the second set, a set that would bring a point back for the Europeans.
And it's not a bad performance from two lads new to the technique. And also,
No, the rotation can change every set.
they are about as aware of the rules of this as I am about the rules of kabaddi.
Well, right now, they're just discussing
No, it's okay. You broke
who's to
first.
break
It's
and
your
who
up to
can
break
change.
now.
I believe that
Yeah,
in every
Doesn't
set,
matter.
the rotation
If
of
whoever
the
breaks
players
now
can be changed.
follows Jimmy.
And I think referee Martin Webb is just reminding the Americans of that.
It's all right.
So Jimmy can break,
Yeah.
and they can put in whoever they want.
Now it's Mike to go. Yeah?
Disappointment, Jim's eyes. No colour down. Jim's mastered that transference of the power, the punch through with the cue.
Yellow 1, the first ball on. The blue 2 is right near the cue ball, so he's got to come up and back down. If this comes off the cushion, that's a great shot from Mike Massey. Brilliant control. And now it's the red 3 in the center of the table.
Well, I call my mate John Greenwood my coach, the professor. This guy is a Regis professor of poolmanship. He wrote the book, the books, the movie scripts. Just the lads to clean up here and get the Americans back into this game.
The oohs and ahs. The cue ball very close to the middle in off. But it's this one, then the orange 5.
And although the cuemanship, Jim, on the break is fairly brutal, I'm impressed by how delicately Massey holds the cue, particularly the backhand. It's a lovely, smooth action. It's an orange.
The cueing technique, not quite as precise as many of the snooker players. It's a lot looser grip, the backhand, as you said, Sid, but the balls are heavier and they have to move them around, so they need to whip that wrist and generate the power.
I would just re-echo is that it would be no good, really, using a snooker cue on this because you can't get the power.
Well, Jimmy White generates an awful lot of power with a snooker cue. I think it still depends a lot on the player. But right now, it's the former world trick shot champion, Mike Massey. The man with 1,000,000 shots at the table. Black 8 and 9 ball required.
Sporting applause, albeit sporadic, from the crowd here. This should be another.
Good shooting from Mike Massey, applauded by his teammate Bobby Hunter. They've drawn back into it. There's Daryl Peach and Lee Kendall, two of the European stalwarts. Both brought important points to the European side last evening. And you know they're watching with great intent. Mike just putting a little powder on his hand. Wants that cue to glide through nice and smooth.
The third rack, America to break.
It's 1-1 in the second set. The Americans have dropped the first set.
And how often have we seen Alex in snooker auditoriums, hunched up, looking like that, wondering what's on? Well, how they looking, Jim? Sweetly spread?
Well, it looks to me like Alex is using Mike Massey's break cue. He just handed it to him after he broke. That's how much of a sportsman that Mike Massey is. More than willing to lend his equipment out. He knows the value of having a pool stick here. Gentleman in the truest sense of the word. And some kind of player.
Alex, is he thinking about... Well, he's got to think about the thin contact needed here to pot the yellow one.
And after the one, he's got to come back down for the 2-ball, nearest the cue ball. Trying to clip this in if he does.
Missed by a long way there.
But happy to see it run safe.
Mm-hmm. Alex gives us a twirl.
Better be careful, that's not his cue.
Great shot. But has he landed right on the blue? He hasn't.
No, that was almost Snooker's version of a shot to nothing. He played the double, but the safety was in mind. And now he hasn't left himself a shot on the blue 2-ball on the left-hand side of the table there. Looks too fine to clip in, but there's the cue. The break cue that Massey uses, and he's lent to Higgins for this particular match. But Bobby Hunter, again, needs a good safety here, and he wants to try and snooker the whirlwind.
Yes, Alex got a borrowed cue. I think he's borrowed the socks from Mark Wilson. And the tie looks like an explosion in a paint factory. Jim working on a swerver that is very dangerous. See, guys. If that hadn't had a kiss, very sweet.
Well, he snookered Mike Massey, but if Mike can get through to that bottom cushion first, and I still got a feeling that he fancies his chances to pot this 2-ball off the cushion. He's already looking for position on the red 3.
Remind you, in an absolutely unbelievable first set, Alex and Jimmy hit in the 9 early doors with 2 plant shots. That is a bad miss. He went at that a bit casual, I think.
Needed a thicker contact, just misjudged it. He's not happy with that effort. Mike's a perfectionist. He invents shots on the table. But right now, the Hurricane is putting on the performance.
4, 5, 6,
And he's going back.
Alex proving that he didn't bunk off school all the time.
Yeah, he's going back to school, Sid. Good thing there's not more than 9 balls on the table. Alex would have to take his shoes and socks off.
Well, Jim lives nearer the Yanks than he does to us.
If it happens, it'll happen quickly.
I'm not sure that Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo is in the manual of pool. But if they go down, they're good as in any school.
Good position on the red 3.
These colours are dazzling.
Needs to get position on the purple 4. And the purple 4 goes top right. Jim looks like a man with a bet on a 3-legged horse. Brilliant.
Terrific shot from Alex and nicely controlled. Needs to get over on the right-hand side of the table for the green 6.
And in between shots, Alex doing his impression of John Virgo, doing his impression of Alex Higgins.
Now does this pass the 7 into the corner pocket? It looks like there might be room from our pocket cam, but it's awful close.
The swerver.
It's there.
Ooh, brilliant shot. It wasn't the swerve I was wrong, it just needed the perfect contact. And he tickles back for position beautifully. Remember, flicks onto the rail in this, the spongy rail. Go in usually.
Deep screw.
Oh, look at that.
He's playing left-handed. He's got it.
Magic stuff by the Hurricane! Puts them possibly 1 rack away from this game!
And a delighted Jimmy White nodding his head in approval. He says, yeah, you did the job, Alex. You're the man.
They look like 2 school kids who decided not to go to school that day and hit the pool hole.
Alex looks like he was in a scene from Casablanca there. His cigarette in his
There's
mouth.
the European captain Oliver Altman, and he's looking pretty chuffed at the way the 2 Jack the lads are playing this one.
Welcome back. It's now 3-2 USA in the second set.
You're up to break.
Got the 7. Needs position on the 1.
And he's got a nice shot on the 1. And it's easy to get to the 2 at the other end.
There's the 1. The 2 ball down here. The other end of the table.
2 ball.
He'll be happy with that. I think he can snick that 2 into the bottom left-hand corner as we look at it on our overhead camera.
Checking the angle. And checking the distance. Snick is the word, as Jim said. It's a snicker. Sticks up.
Well, I think he snookered Mike Massey. 3 ball intervening. So Mike just having a look at cushion first. He likes to play this shot. He missed it last time.
It is fairly thin contact needed.
Mike Massey played so well earlier today, absolutely blitzing Tom Storm, one of Europe's better players.
It was always a very difficult snick to make that.
Got a secret mother.
Again, one more look. Mike trying to will that cue ball to bend into the 2, but it didn't listen.
And if the Americans take this rack, we go to the deciding set. Will be 1-all.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what he's looking at. Maybe to see where the 5 ball will pass. Possibly 5 onto the 9, but the 2, 3, and 4 come first.
That's a very dodgy plant to look at as far in advance as it is, Alex.
Well, he needs position on the red 3 from this long 2. And I think Jimmy's actually finding a little humor in the situation here. He'd just as soon see Alex get that far. And you can bet I'm dead right what's going through his mind.
It's like having Charlie Caroli as a partner. Yeah, he was looking to see if that angle happened on the red, actually.
But now he's got to get up table for the 4 ball.
Where's he? He's working out where the plant is possible on the orange 5.
You're not supposed to say that. That's unfair, boys. Because it's unfair against the American player. I'm prepared to re-rack if you want, boys.
Well, the 3 ball, the ball on. I've got a feeling Alex was going to shoot the orange 5 there.
Because I've got control, and you know.
You don't have control.
Well, Alex thinks he's got control. The Americans think otherwise. I tend to side right now with the Americans say.
Oh, yes, he will. Oh, no, he won't.
Go ahead. I'll take the shot.
What am I saying? I'm just saying I play all my games nicely. Sit fair.
So Alex seems determined to eventually think out that plant orange 9 eventually. Most guys would concentrate on that bit, the purple 4, which takes a bit of doing because it's going to be a very thin controlled contact.
Well, he didn't want that middle bump.
He's on. He has to play the orange. Nicely weighted shot. And this could be taking us to 1 set each.
I'm sure that Alex was trying to convince Jimmy that he had the 9 in mind all the time. But either way, it's the Americans. This 9 will mean it'll be 1 set apiece.
Yeah, Professor White is not going to give Alex magna cum laude for theory of the game. After all that, looking at the orange 9, plant in inverted commas. lag off now in this deciding set. Who's your money on, Jim?
Well, right now, from the outset, the Americans had to be heavy favorite.
Rack for the final
I
set,
thought,
please.
just as you said, that it would be a tremendous bonus if Alex and Jimmy could pull off a major upset. But now, with the USA back right in this match, they've got to fancy their chances, as do I. But it would be a lot of fun to see Alex and Jimmy cause a little fervor here. But you know, you got three of the greatest entertainers ever to grace the Green Bays in Higgins, White, and Mike Massey.
Massey wins the lag.
The final set, the first rack, America to break.
Martin Webb, the referee, calls order and play. Massey fires in a shot that doesn't let anything down. So Jim could be in clover if he can put this yellow. Jim?
Yeah, certainly Mike Massey with a lot of power, but no friends. And Alex Higgins in right now. He's got the yellow one. He's got to sneak in. Then he needs position back for the blue 2. The red 3, and then back for the purple 4. If he gets that far, looking at the lay of the balls, he'll be a good favorite.
Ooh, very lucky. Hit the lip.
Actually said had he not hit the lip, he might have come back around off the angles and finished on the 2. So lucky in one sense and unlucky in another.
Is this thin enough to cut?
Well, we saw Mike Galassi snick one in very similar to this that didn't look on, but I don't think Alex is going to be trying it.
I think it goes that bottom left, just past the orange.
It's very close if it does. Looks as though it doesn't have much of a pocket. You can't see the ball from the orange 5. Alex still bending Jimmy's ears somewhat. That's actually not too bad when you're talking things out and relieving some of the tension out there. Not a bad partnership.
I don't think he's looking for the cut, so it probably doesn't go.
That looks like a good shot from Hunter there. Jimmy may be able to get through to see the edge of this, but I don't think he can pot it. Played a little side and just caught it a little thick. But it looks like he's left it pretty safe.
Yeah, the one place you can't play narrow angles near the rail is on the middle bags. One set each. This is the deciding set. The Americans would go 3 clear in the overall match.
Well, Mike Massey trying to take it
game
right by the horns there, Sid, and went for the cross double into the center pocket, missed it. And now the Hurricane back in with a good chance. Ball's in the open.
Is there any percentage in clipping in the orange or no? Saw the angle into the middle. Straight shot on the red.
And he didn't shoot hard enough for the red 3. Would like to have been up to get it into the center. Now he's going to play it in the corner. Come back for the purple 4. And the orange 5 already over the bottom left.
And Jimmy's face a picture of the old chocolate advert that was anticipation, expectation, and he's waiting for realization. He knows that Alex has just got to keep a cool head here.
Yeah, full ball snooker behind the 9. He's got to try and get this off the cushion.
And it'll shake the joint if he does. I don't think he's going the.
He's got enough room there. He's just going to play a lot of side. Just wants to hit in here. Let the siding take. Clip the 5 on the edge. And he can knock it in.
Brilliant. Ooh. Nearly got in behind the black. But he's got a good angle.
This is
the green.
This is the opening rack.
Target.
And this, the first. First rack of the last set.
So this, well, just needs half ball contact. It's on the rail. Alex really, Jimmy's praying that Alex stops playing to the crowd. We're talking theory. Wants the black and then the 9.
It's got to run. And it hasn't come hard enough. Cross double.
Cross double for the middle.
It could be in the other one.
To go in on this clock. They're going off run.
And is he delighted to see the disappearance of that 9 ball? And is the crowd delighted? How about you, Jimmy? How do you feel about it? It's 1-0 to Europe in the 3rd and deciding set.
Alex says sorry boys to the Yanks. And Jimmy takes a gentle inch of lager in appreciation that the hurricane didn't turn into a typhoon and blow out of steam too early. Great atmosphere this has been played in. So Alex is advising Jim to calm down. Ho, ho, ho. Alex is advising him to calm down.
Well, he got one, he got 2.
Well. One of the 2 down, the red 3 is on. Oh, the crowd will cheer every ball.
He's sitting perfect on the red 2. Red 2, the blue 2, sorry. I'm getting pretty excited. The red 3 is going to be following. But this, a great opening for white. And just look at the 9. He's stunned it into the middle of the table. He's going to plant the 3 onto the 9 for a 2-0 European lead.
They get 2 of these jobs in the first set. This will shake the joint! The joint is jumping! Alex is boogieing! Brilliant stuff here by the Euro lads! The Euro Jack the lads, I might say. It's the old dancing, all entertainment, Higgins and White show, folks.
There was the shot again. Never any doubt. And to make sure, the 3 followed it right in. The White Higgins show is rolling on.
Well, Jimmy, I'm going to drag just to calm his nerves on Alex's advice. The Americans look stoical. One more rack. If they're not quite that simple. If they get this rack, it will be a fantastic, famous victory.
Ball down, but the cue found its way to a pocket as well, Sid. And now Jimmy White at the table with a chance to put the nails in the American coffin here in this one.
Yes, it's the same
one
shot
on the
again.
9.
The 1-9. This will shake the rafters.
It's in!
Yeah, they won! Oh, what a way to do it! With 2 plunging 9s, absolute pandemonium here at Basildon. The American has his
And are they delighted or what? What a turn up for the books. No one gave him a chance. That made him that much more dangerous.
Alex takes a drop of the black stuff as the knives have been flying down. Brilliant stuff by two of the greatest entertainers in world sport. There's even a bloke from the Groucho Club in there digging the action.